whole freaking herd of them. That's the most sheep I've ever seen. That's good, nice and hot. Hello everyone, Nice to have you all here in the Kimbo again. Yeah, we're up here at 9,000 feet, almost 9,000 feet, 8,950. So if you round it up 50 feet, maybe at 9,000 feet at this little alpine lake, and saw on the map, and beautiful lake. And we were down at Joe's Valley Campground for a couple of nights, and saw this on the map, so we thought we'd find our way up here and see if we could get up here or not. And yeah, Joe's Valley, that was a nice little campground, and it's kind of curious how everything in the valleys, Joe's this or Joe's that. You know, Joe's boat ramp and Joe's campground and Joe's reservoir. And there was a deer that was hanging out. I imagine his name was Joe too. But yeah, it was a nice campground. Only reasonable price too. It was $10, and with our senior discount, it was $5 a night. So go back there anytime. We came up here, and yeah, there was a pretty long section of shelf road. I'm not really fond of shelf roads, and would have made for some good content, but I just wanted to get through that section. Yeah, we made it up and went past, you know, a herd of deer on the way here. I mean, herd of sheep on the way here, and that was kind of something. And yeah, it was mostly a side-by-side track. It was very, we've seen only a couple trucks and like one Jeep since we've been up here, and no campers, no trailers, nothing like that. But side-by-sides, a lot of side-by-sides every morning. Hunters in their side-by-sides coming by, and other folk. But the first couple of days were kind of windy and cold, and actually got some hail that accumulated and stuff. So we were kind of all set to relocate to a little lower elevation. Maybe some places were cover that we saw on the way up. They had more cover, a little more shelter, and but then we woke up to just a beautiful sunrise, and yeah, it was just no, the wind went away. It was just maybe some little light breezes throwing little ripples across the lake every now and then, but then it would calm down to a nice reflection. It was just so pretty, you know. We just saw no reason. We had to stay an extra day, you know. It was just no reason to relocate then. And yeah, so many things around to photograph that, you know, there was ducks, there was, you know, blue-gray heron, or whatever those things are, and of course this Osprey, you know, was catching fish every single day. And that was something else. But yeah, he chased off a golden eagle. Not a golden eagle, a bald eagle. And this is the first time I ever saw a bald eagle, you know, in the wild. And yeah, I was hoping to get some more film of that bald eagle, but the Osprey, which is quite a bit smaller, he harassed that eagle until he took off. And yeah, there were some deer, and of course the fish. There was people fishing for the fish, and not a whole lot of traffic up here at the lake though. And one morning we woke up to a nice little fog misting, you know, laying over the lake. It was just, and the little breezes were playing with it and sending it back and forth, and little swirls here and there. It's just so many beautiful things to witness up here. I come back up here anytime. Yeah, it was but it's going to be snowed in. You're not going to be able to get up here. Yeah, I was kind of proud to have the Kimbo up here, and there was one guys that came by in the morning. They were stopped and slowed down. They're side by sides and stopped and slowed down, complimented the camper, and then on the way back out, they pulled over and stopped, and I let them look inside and get inside, and there were a couple of nice old guys. They said they were from the Olson Ranch down below, and it's probably Olson's, I guess, and themselves, and yeah, a couple of great guys, and they were pretty amazed at what we were doing, traveling around, living out of this Kimbo, and yeah, I imagine if you have a ranch, it's kind of hard to put everything in storage and take off and go live out of a Kimbo for a year or two, and but yeah, we've been we're coming up on 6 months here. We've been living out of this Kimbo, and yeah, it's just so many things we've experienced so far, and now this lake. It's just can't imagine doing anything else now. It's feel like we're just getting started. But yeah, we stayed an extra day, and I remember when I was first kind of researching and looking on YouTube videos on people living out of their campers and traveling, and one of the themes that always came through, the mistakes they had made, that was just rushing through things and not taking time and spending time in areas. So I've always got that in the back of my head. We're trying our best not to rush through things. So we got here on a Friday, and the whole weekend was blowing and kind of windy and cold, and so we didn't get out a whole lot. And then by Monday it cleared up on Monday, and so we stayed an extra day, and then another extra day, and then that turned into, somehow ran into Friday again, and I didn't want to move so much on a Friday and be battling for a campsite with the weekend warrior people, and the crowd that comes out on the weekend, and so we decided just to stay through the weekend. And yeah, it's one of the nice things, the way we've got the Kimbo set up and how we're living on it. We can do a full week and longer, out of this thing without resupplying with food or water. So that gives us a lot of flexibility. When I was envisioning this, I thought maybe 3 or 4 days we'd get by and have to resupply. So I'm real happy with being able to go 7 or 8 days, 9 days, and before we have to move on and get some food and resupply water. But yeah, this stay at the lake has been great, and we come back here anytime. I got a lot of footage of the Osprey eating fish, and yeah, it's graphic. I'm going to warn you. He tears into this fish, and they're still alive and breathing and flopping around and stuff. But that's nature, and I tried my best to get a shot of him diving into the water. He goes feet first and makes a big old splash. But you have to have the camera in hand, and before he's diving into the water, and that's just, I tried a few mornings, and I got him flying around with the fish, but after he caught it. But yeah, pretty regular. Usually once in the morning, once in the evening, he was feeding. Yeah, and then the one morning, gosh, I heard some commotion outside. I thought it was some guys that had stopped on their side by sides, were shooing something off, or I couldn't figure out what it was. I Opened up the door and there was that herd of sheep that they were just all around the camper. And they, it seemed like just a race to the front to get to the fresh grass before it was all eaten up. Because if you were in the back of the pack, it seemed like you got left with the scraps. But yeah, they seemed oblivious to our camper and me, and except for one guy, he seemed to take notice, and he's like, hey, there's a guy here. But yeah, they seemed to know where they were going. They went on up the hill, and they weren't messing around. They weren't, they moved along. But it was interesting, and I got some good footage of them. And so we'll roll a bunch of that in. I got some of it, and I can slow down in slow motion, so I'll have some music with some slow-mo stuff, and then I'll have some. So I just have so much footage from this place. It's just we'll have some later, after without music, with just the sounds of nature. Now at normal speed and stuff. Anyway, I hope you like this video. I hope you give it a thumbs up. I hope you share. I hope you're subscribed. If you've watched this long and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, because I plan to have more content and keep doing this. Like I said, I feel like we're just getting started. And I'm always willing to spend an extra day. So, anyway, folks, make sure you have a great day and make the most of your day. Bye-bye.
Bye.